Record. What's up, everybody? Citedterror here, and today I'm here with a short video, the Disable List of Champions, How to Get Good at Mudae, Episode 6. I do apologize for not putting our standard little page on Episode 5, which was yesterday's upload, but today we're doing Disable List of Champions because somebody in the comment section of last video asked me to do Disable List. So we're going to cover it very quickly. If you don't, honestly, you probably did see most of this in the How to Get Good Claims in Mudae, and if you want, I recommend watching that video fully to understand, but this is more just to clear up what a disable list actually does. So my two goals here are going to be what disabling actually does and why you should do it, and we're going to be explaining that through game modes, disable list, and anti-disable. So game modes, there's only two game modes. To check your game mode, you simply do $game mode in the chat. You could be a member, an admin, it doesn't matter, and you're going to get a command like this. You look for the last line. The last line will say current game mode, whatever it is. And again, this will be different. Say the specific for mode 1, if you're in game mode 1, it will say 1 and then it will say stuff here. But for 2, since this is a screenshot from a server in game mode 2, it says the game mode 2 stuff. Now, to explain what disabling does, I have an analogy. And it's going to be a pool. I want you to imagine this is a swimming pool. Now, by default, the capacity of this swimming pool is 145,832,000 different characters. Now, again, every character is one in whatever number you see here to pull. So, Hatsune Miku, the rarest character, like the best character in the game, she doesn't get rarer because she's number 1. She's still 1 in whatever number this is. Same as would be another character. This character, the worst character in the game. The character number 145832. He's also a 1 in whatever number to pull. Or she, I don't know who it is. I don't know what character it is, but she, he, whatever character it is will be that number. Now, this applies to both game modes. Now, by simply picking a roulette, which again I recommend, if you don't know what this does, go watch my other video, How to Get Good Claims in Mudae. But by picking a roulette, you then make the pool into quarters. So, by rolling WG, you now have a 1 in 335,916, and so on. So again, you can read the numbers here. It's 1 in whatever number for each of these by just doing this specific command. Plus, with the game, this is default. There's nothing changing here. This is still default. Now, this is where game mode 1 disable list happens. So by making a disable list or picking one, and if you want a specific disable list to get these numbers exactly, you would check the description of this video. I'll be posting all the disable lists here. Again, you could find that back in the How to Get the Best Food Clays in Mudae. But by doing a disable list, you basically remove space from your pool or limit your pool. You're basically saying, all right, we can't have 47,000 people in this pool. We can only have 11,000 or 9,600. Like, you know what I mean? So you make it much smaller by saying, okay, there's a limit to this pool now. The pool's not as big as you think. The pool now has floaties, or that the pool has just always been this new size. The pool just got renovated and is now this new size because of your disable list. So your disable list effectively removes the amount of characters that can be in the pool at once. Now, an anti-disable list, which this could just be a single character. Now, why actually disable list? Because disable list and anti-disable list, how they work is a disable list can only have 15 different slots. So you can only have 15 different things disabled at one time. So that's why you pick big, because there's big things called bundles. And by disabling a bundle, you disable tens of thousands of characters sometimes at one moment. So that's why you want to pick one of the disable lists I put in the description if you're in game mode 1. If you're in game mode 2, you don't need a disable list. I'll be explaining it after. But if you're in game mode 1, I recommend using one of these disable lists if you're looking for the best claims, just because it does the most variety. Where if a homemade disable list, if you don't know what you're doing, could be very unoptimal, and your amount of people in your pool can be very big, where this is effectively the lowest number you can achieve. Now, going forward, an anti-disable list basically makes a little spot in your disable list, and it adds whatever number that is to whatever you have enabled. So say I do anti-disable. Now, by default, Miku wouldn't be disabled by this, but let's just say Hatsune Miku. She got disabled, and then I do anti-disable list Hatsune Miku, or anti-disable Hatsune Miku, then it will be plus one number, so for a while it'll be 11581, but that's because Miku's now enabled, and pretty much in this side of the pool, no longer part of the disabled area. Now for Game Mode 2, it's a little more complex, but it's still pretty easy. So for Game Mode 1, these numbers are pretty much set. And once you claim them, the number will decrease. Where in game mode 2, it's basically a little system. So when a character is claimed, a new character will leave the disabled area to replace it. Now, if you disable a character that's in the active pool, they will go into the disabled area, but since the number has to be 7,000, unless you have KL or KT, which both of those can grant a little bit of extra disabled characters, but if not, then that character, again, there's an X because you don't have to do it, but if you disable a character from your active pool, they go back into the disabled pool, but then a character will leave to replace it. Now, you don't have to do this because the command I'm going to show you will automatically give you your best 7,000 characters, your best 5,000 characters for that pool, because Game Mode 2 is very easy. But if say like you see a character that you don't want and then a character you want, you could anti-disable the character you want and then disable the character you don't want, and then you could do pretty much this, where the character you want will leave the pool and the character you don't want will enter the pool, the disabled area. Now, Game Mode 2, again, very simple. Just do this command, no matter what. Say whenever you get KL or KT and then you have more characters you can decrease, this will automatically do it. It's fully automated, and it will effectively just do this cycle. No matter what, this is the cycle that will occur in Game Mode 2. It's the bet, but it will give you your lowest odds possible. So it'll be 1 in whatever number it is, your lowest number in Game Mode 2 to pull that character. Now for Game Mode 1, this is again from the old video. These are again the odds without the disable list, with the disable list. Some other things you could do. So you want to do toggle Western, toggle IRL, and again, this will maximize your odds. And again, this is disable list. So when you do $sign DL, this one disabled, you see how many characters are different disabled. And again, I'm going to be posting specific disable list I recommend you follow. But as you can see, there's only like 15 characters on both that are disabled. And that's because, look, there's only 15 different of these. And that's because that's the limit. But in anti-disable, there is anti-disable list or ADL. You'll see who you have anti-disabled. So that means this character can be pulled. And unlike the disable list, well, it has 500 slots, but it's unlimited in Game Mode 2. And so these characters can very much be individual characters. If you want to just disable all the characters, you're anti-disable list, you anti-enable all. But basically, anti-disable means this character will be able to pull. All these characters in here will not be able to pull, but say like you want a specific character that's in the Kadokawa Corporation, for example, you would anti-disable that character, and then they would be in your anti-disable list, so they're able to be pulled, and they're back in the active area of the pool. Hope that made sense. That's really all I had for you guys today. But again, real quick, once more, this area here is the characters you can get. The disable list makes it so a bunch of characters are not able to get, and then the number again is 1 in that number. So this number, this number, this number, this number by picking one of the specific roulettes. And again, this is just how you narrow down everything using disable list effectively, which also very much coincides with what roulette you choose. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching. I made this very short. I'm not going to do chapters. It's a very short video, unlike my others. But I hope you guys enjoy for usual, and thanks for watching.